Hello everyone. I'm Allie. I'm a music enthusiast and someone fairly new to the world of PSO2 and NGS. At first, I only played NGS, but the PSO2 anime, and its excellent music, got me really interested in PSO2 as well. I've loved music for most of my life, and even made some songs on my own, but I'm by no means a music expert. Kathy has been sending me some of the music from PSO2, and I'm absolutely blown away by how well made it is. So much so that I decided to analyze some of the tracks in this new video series. Today we will be looking at the iconic PSO2 opening. Bear in mind that I've never analyzed music in this way before. It's very likely that I will get some terminology mixed up, so for that, please correct me where I'm wrong in the comments. The first half of this song is all set up. It doesn't quite have the same intensity and payoffs that the second half has, but this is for good reason. It's all slowly but surely building up to the fantastic banger that the second half is. It's like climbing a mountain. Reaching the peak feels good because you had to put a lot of effort into climbing it. This is also why leitmotifs are such a powerful tool. Recontextualizing something you're familiar with is a great way to bring things full circle. More on that later. We start off with quiet brass instruments and a harp doing a quick upwards, then downwards glissando, which is playing several notes in a row quickly, either to higher pitch or lower pitch. Strings carefully join in, then various percussion. The mood becomes more and more triumphant as we build towards the second half of the song. There's a slight feeling of uncertainty here, which is quickly dismissed as the tone grows triumphant once again. This underlying sense of unease reflects the story. Arcs are portrayed to be the victors after the war with Dark Falls Elder, 40 years ago. However, only a few know that this is a farce, and Elder is only sealed, not defeated. The first half of the song reflects this fake glory, while the sinister undertones reflect the reality. Bear this in mind as we listen to it. The brass instruments play a sort of victorious fanfare, as if royalty is about to make their entrance. This is followed up by the main melody of this part. At this point, the song conveys a sense of adventure, wonder, and innocence. We're about to go on a journey. Remember this part, it essentially works as a leitmotif, not only for this song, but for PSO2 as a whole. We will come back to it later, when the leitmotif plays more clearly. By the way, a leitmotif is a recurring segment of a song that is often used as a type of signature, usually for characters or places, but sometimes in a much larger sense too, such as to express more nebulous concepts such as heroism or cowardice. Going even further, it can also express the entire setting, such as being part of the main theme of a game, like in this case. The strings swell, building up to the second part of the chorus, so to speak. The music is played in such a way that it sounds transitional. To use a metaphor, a question was asked. And the answer might not be what we wanted to hear, symbolized by the shift to minor key, which hasn't been used much prior to this. Once again, the brass instruments end their note in a minor key, creating more tension and a sense of incoming drastic change. Right here, percussion is used superbly, embodying the end of a segment and the start of another. The rest of the orchestra follows suit. everything is growing more and more uncertain. Where will this journey take us? The part builds up and up and up. Intensity is growing, the instruments are playing louder and more bombastically. Listen closely as you hear how the entire orchestra, more now than ever, quickly ascends more and more. Previously we were climbing the mountain with our hands, now we have a jetpack to fly the final bit up to the pinnacle. The short segment with the brass instruments here is completely different from anything up until this point. Different cadence, different tone, and different delivery. It's a beautiful way of merging the two halves of the song with a perfect flourish. This is also where the original trailer of the game starts. And here's where it gets really good. The entire song has changed at this point. All of the build-up from the first half finally paid off. We've reached the top of the mountain, only to find an entirely different continent on the other side of it. We jump off into this new world, much like how the protagonist jumps out of the ship in the PSO2 intro cinematic. PSO2's trademark style is to often mix acoustic instruments with electronic ones, and it's expressed perfectly here. As the orchestral part continues playing, digital drums join in. The drumming is very intricate. It's similar to the type of drumming that breakcore/IDM artists like Aphex Twin and Venetian snares often use. It sounds similar to the Amen break drum sample. But it's different enough to stand out on its own. The kick drum joins in, after a few seconds, to kickstart this half. Now, back to the song. The church bells are ringing, conveying a great sense of urgency and danger. The rest of the instruments play accordingly. What sounds to me like an electric guitar joins in here as well. The kick drum is now playing on the beat, and continues to do so for a while. It plays a steady pulse, much like techno music does, expressing a call to action. We're now in the middle of a high-stakes fight. The song takes a lighter route here, playing in a much less dangerous way, but the intensity is still at maximum, thanks to the pulsating kick drum. It's much more positive, as if to express that we can do this. And here's the leitmotif from earlier. Remember when I said we'll come back to it? Well, here it is in its full glory. However, its key has changed, which is called modulation. In this case, what this means is essentially that it's the same melody, but darker. And it works so dang well. In the first half of the song, the leitmotif displayed feelings of wonder and innocence, whereas here, it displays a sense of tense action and urgency. But it still sounds triumphant and joyful. There's a slight break of tension here. Things are somewhat more calm, right before the storm. The leitmotif is back, this time even more modulated. It sounds like it's in a minor key now, but correct me if I'm wrong. It builds, and builds, and builds, until everything comes together. We climbed the mountain. We fought the battles. After all of this, all the tension that's been building up throughout the entire song is released. Victory! What an incredible song! All the parts come together so well. Not only does it paint a vivid picture of a grand story, it also uses leitmotifs superbly, and gives us the perfect example of what PSO2 music sounds like, orchestral/acoustic instruments mixed with digital instruments. Even the instrument choices fit well with the game. The orchestral parts represent the humanity of the protagonists and the races, while the digital parts portray the sci-fi nature of the game. It's important to know that it's not just the notes that make a great song, the instrument choice is incredibly important too. The composers of this song know this well. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this song. This is a new experience for us, and I probably got some music terminology wrong, so please don't hesitate to correct me in the comments. I have plans to cover more PSO2 and NGS music in the future, especially Resonant Catastrophe, but since that song is over 20 minutes long, I figured I'd try to get some experience with shorter songs first. But you know, that's just my interpretation. How did you feel about it? Thank you for watching through the video, I hope you liked it. If you did, please like and subscribe. Bye bye.